All right, I have the feeling that this video is going to be long, okay, but I'll try as much as I can to be fast, okay. So we have the placement related, okay. Now we have balance, okay. We're going to look at balance first, then we'll come to alignment, then proximity, hierarchy, and space, okay. So let's look at balance. Okay, what is balance in the design? Balance is the visual width of your design. How balanced do you see this item arranged on the design here? How balanced do they feel in your eyes? Okay, not in you putting them in a weight, because the truth is you can't put them on a weight. Okay, but how balanced are they in your eyes? Your eyes just tell you, okay, this thing is balanced, it's not balanced. If you see a picture of a building that is falling in a design, you can tell that that building is falling because it's tilted to the side. So whenever you're designing, always make sure that nothing is falling, okay? And if you are making anything feel like if it's falling, you're intentionally using it to create tension in the design, because they'll be like, oh, this thing is falling, let me try and straight it with my eyes, but they can't because it's a design. But when you intentionally do that, you can actually use it to grab attention, okay? But you have to understand that it has to be balanced first before you start dabbling into trying to create more tension, of which we'll look at in this video, okay? So we have the techniques for balancing your design. What techniques can you use? So we have the symmetrical technique, we have the asymmetrical technique, and we have the radial technique, okay? Symmetrical technique is everywhere, okay? The human body is symmetrical. You have the left eye, the right eye, left nose, right nose. Your mouth, if you divide it into half, it's symmetrical, the whole body. You have the right arm, the left arm, and so on and so forth, okay? So this is like mirroring whatever. So whenever you make it a design, you want it to be symmetrical. Whatever is on the left, and make it to be on the right. Whatever is on the top, make it to be on the bottom. So everything is like really balanced. You can see here, left and right balanced, top bottom balanced, okay? So you can use this technique, place your image on the left, make sure that the text you're placing on the right are heavy enough to balance the image, okay? Then we also have the top down technique using the symmetrical balance too. You can see that the image on the top is different from the image on the bottom. We have the bottom here almost like a cloud, okay? The cloud is only like half of the design page. Then we have the sky, the trumpet on the other end. So it's almost like mirroring somehow. But the truth is, this doesn't have to be 100% like 50% in the middle, but it gives you a sense of, oh, this thing is, if you divide this page into half, the upper part just make a sense and the bottom part makes its own sense, okay? So we have the symmetrical balance in actual design. You can see that the image here is placed on the left and the text is placed on the right, okay? It's like dividing the page into two. I want the image here which drag attention, then we have the text on the other end, okay? This is one of the layout that I use a lot, okay? The mirror effect, symmetrical balance technique, mirroring, okay? You can also use this in your logo design, whereby you make sure that your logo is both the top and the bottom, the left and the right, they're kind of in a square shape, okay? So when you divide your logo into 4 pieces, you should be able to get an even display. And these are some of the techniques that I use in my own personal logo. If you look at it here, okay, very cool. So make sure you're always applying that to your design, especially your logo design. So we have the asymmetrical balance, which is almost like arrange things unevenly to create tension, which is still balanced. If you look at this guy on the seesaw, you can tell that the weight of this guy will not pull this guy back. It's still balanced your eyes, okay? Even that without you doing any logic, you can tell this thing is balanced. But imagine this guy sitting here. Of course, this guy is going to be tooled up. Okay. So that's what asymmetrical balance does. The ability to look at the design and still be able to make sure everything is balanced. This is asymmetrical balance. It can be visual weight. You can look at everything in this design like, everything is balanced. Okay. So let me give you this technique. You can still balance. Okay. When you look at the design, just try and draw a circle around them, the major objects. And you can tell that if this should be a container and these are balloon, you can tell that these balloons are well balanced. Even though they are not touching each other, but you can see how big one is, the other one balancing each other. And just by this one being in this side of the container, it balances, because if all these ones should fall into and feel this, they are still going to give you that sense for balance, okay? So this is how you test for visual width, okay? You may not necessarily do this. Your eye is your number one tool when it comes to balancing your design and your visual width, okay? Using balance. So let's move forward. So now we have the radial balance. Radial balance is when you have the main subject in the center, then we have all the supporting elements surrounding the main subject, which is in the center. Okay, this is mainly used for magazine, where you have the magazine, or bedded design, where you have the main character in the center, then we have every supporting element. You can see here that we have the main character here. We have the main character here in the center, then we have every supporting element right here. Okay, it's a very good way to balance your design, okay, using the radial. And also we have the radial background technique that can help you. Like you can see this, the light is coming from the center, then the main subject is placed in the middle. If you're making a brand design for this soft drink, it's going to be a good way to drag attention to the middle and keep everything balanced. The same thing, this radial kind of balance, people use it a lot. I use it. So we're going to move now to the next, okay, which is alignment. Okay, remember we're talking about placement. These things, they help you to place elements in your design. So in alignment, we have making sure that everything aligns. Okay, what is alignment? Alignment is giving this sense of arrangement and order in your design. When you don't align things, everything does look like they are in chaos, and that is not what you want. Now, if you look at this page, you can see that we have lines running through. Things are aligned with, even without you. Let me go back. You don't see them, but you see the alignment has always been there. Okay, so we have the techniques for aligning elements in your design. Okay, we have the edge alignment, grid alignment, baseline alignment, icon alignment, bullet point alignment. If you're a beginner, please pay attention here, because what you're about to see here is going to be of great value to you. So let's look at the edge alignment. Of course, this is the popular one. You can align things to the left, the center, to the right. You also have justify. Now, this is in typography, whereby you are aligning text. You just flush it to the left or to the right or to the center, or you justify it. Okay, then in edge alignment, in flyer, you flush things to the left or to the center or to the right. Okay, these are techniques that you can use. You can do the center alignment, anyone you choose. Then when it comes to the grid alignment, okay, you place a grid on your design. This is a grid. Okay, all this line that you're seeing like a box in Photoshop is very easy. I think when it's there. Okay, in Pixel Lab is also there, whereby you just create a lot of grids. Now, what you do with grid is you count. Okay, I make sure that this top heading here has 5 counts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, then I give a 1 block, okay, spacing. So you can see between this bottom of this G and the top of this L is just 1. Okay, so I give that 1 block as a space. And also for this subheading, I give it a 2.5. 1, 2.5. Okay, so like half of what we had here. So now for this one, I'm just giving it a 1. So if you look at it carefully, I know you won't see it because it's somehow misarranged, but if you look at the bottom here, you are seeing it as just 1, the height here. Okay, so by the time you use your grid to actually align things like this, even the logo here, I kind of give it a 4. Now if you go to the next slide, you can see that everything, if you take out the grid, you see that everything is well organized. Okay, this is one way that you can use to align things. And also this also helps you with the edge alignment, because now everything is aligned to this particular edge. Now later on, I'll tell you why this edge is kind of this G. I give it a little bit poke out from the main grid, because circle has this illusion. Okay, we'll talk about visual illusion later on. So let's keep going. So we have the baseline alignment. Whenever you're aligning text, only use the baseline to align. The baseline is this line here you're seeing. Okay, this line running through this line. You can see it, baseline. Okay, baseline is not this. Okay, it's not the bottom of your descenders. Okay, we have the descenders here. This is not the baseline. Okay, the baseline is this. Okay, so when you're align things to the baseline. Let me give you an example. If I should align this text here to this subscribe button here, and I'm using this box as the alignment, I'm aligned to the base of the box, is wrong. Okay, don't do that. Align to the base of the text. Okay, when the text is inside the box and there's another text outside the box, always align the text outside the box to the text inside the box using the baseline. Okay, now if you take off the grid, you see how beautiful the one under is compared to the one on top, because the one on top is also like it's jumping off. Okay, this can also help you in placing your logo. So when we talk about icon alignment, almost the same thing with the baseline, but You make sure that you see this part where you have the ascenders and the descender, the space between the ascender and the descender. Just kind of duplicate this length upward and duplicate this one downward, and make sure your icon extend from this second one that you have here, and just increase your icon to have this height. Okay, it's like, how will I put this now? This is your ascenders, okay, of your typography, and these are your descender. Take the measurement of your ascender, duplicate it upward, take the measurement of your descender and duplicate it downward, and make sure that the height of this is what will be the size of your icon close to your subject. Okay, I use the word subscribe because I wanted I can't even pronounce this, because I wanted to have the descender here so that we can have a descender to be able to do the measurement. So that is it. This is just me shifting the box and the text inside. Nothing special here. Okay, so we have the bullet point alignment. When doing your bullet point, make sure that your bullet point is in the center. Okay, some person, they believe that bullet point should be under, they should do the baseline alignment in bullet point, but the truth is, when it comes to bullet points, I've seen people doing a lot of different things. Okay, now if I should take this to be two line, okay, most time what I do when doing bullet pointing is that I'll take this and put it in the center of this two line. Okay, I do this a lot, but this is the default alignment in I designed this in Canva, and by bullet pointing this, they put it in the center of the text. So when you're doing a bullet point and you are not allowed, or you don't have the opportunity, or you want to use something different other than the default bullet point settings, or maybe you want to use a special icon, you can align it to the center of the text. That can be cool. And if you're having two line, you can either go for this default style, or you can just align it to the center here, which makes it to be in the middle of the text. I mean, middle of the two line. Okay, these are different techniques that you can use. Okay, no right or wrong way here, but it's good you understand these basic things so that when you're applying it, you know exactly what to do. So let's talk about optical illusion in alignment, because sometimes the machine that you're using, the computer, is going to tell you something is aligned, but you can tell that that thing is not aligned. This is where computer can get it wrong, but your eye just tell you the right thing to do. Now, this is where you have to trust your eye and not to trust the machine that you're using. If you look at this box, square, and the circle, you can tell that the circle is smaller than the rectangle. But that's an illusion, because if you place a grid on this, they are both the same size. Okay, so, and if you look at this one, you can tell that, oh, both of them are the same. I think they are, but the truth is the circle is bigger than the square. Okay, these are optical illusion because your eye can just tell. So the truth here is circles seem to be smaller than square block shaped size or shapes. Okay, so when you're aligning something that is roundish in nature to something that is of block nature, make sure you give this extra edges to your design, because it's just going to make your design look professional. Now, if you look at these two designs, one is bad, one is good, but you can't tell the difference. Okay, but let me show you. The difference is this. The reason why this is good, this is professional, because we have these rounded edges. A few minutes ago, I told you how well aligning circle, G, C in your text, and maybe at the edge of your design, make sure you give them this little gap, because they are just going to make your design look more professional. Okay, just push them a little bit off the grid. Okay, but when you have this, if I should go back down, you see that this one is almost falling inside. Okay, it's almost like there's this space, you can't see it, but your eye just saying, oh, there's a space there. So don't do that in your design. Always push it a little bit into the grid. Okay, so we're going to go to the next one, which is proximity. I feel like I should solve the video here because it's already getting too long, and I will continue in the next section. We'll deal with proximity, hierarchy, and white space in the next video. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.